I tried some of the best action cameras of 2025, and in this video, I'm gonna rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all of the products will be in the description below. The GoPro Hero 13 Black. Pack some serious upgrades with magnetic mounting, 3 new lenses, and a beefier battery that lasts 10% longer than before. The 400 FPS slow motion capability at 720p is pretty impressive, and the new HLG HDR video recording really makes the footage pop. While it's a solid camera at $399, I feel like it's missing that special something to make it truly revolutionary. But hey, that Wi-Fi 6 for 40% faster transfers is definitely nice to have. Based on what it offers and its price point, I'm putting this one in great tier. It's fantastic for most users but doesn't quite reach that next level. Akaso Brave 8 Elite. Coming in at $199, this budget-friendly option actually delivers decent 4K 60p footage with some surprisingly good color reproduction. The battery life is solid, giving you about 80 minutes of 4K recording, and you get a spare battery in the box, which is pretty sweet. The big letdown is the terrible image stabilization and that tiny internal microphone. You'll definitely want an external mic for this one. For the price point of what you get, I'm placing this in the good tier. It's perfect for beginners or anyone who wants to dip their toes into action cameras without breaking the bank. DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. This thing is an absolute beast with its 1 to 1.3 inch sensor and mind-blowing 13.5 stop dynamic range. The 4-hour battery life is insane, and that 960 FPS super slow motion capability just blows everything else out of the water. What really sets it apart is that built-in pressure sensor and the ability to go 20 meters deep without a case. Plus, the new subject tracking is just chef's kiss. This is a no-brainer God tier placement for me. DJI really knocked it out of the park with this one. GoPro Max. The waterproof design without needing a case is nice, and the stabilization is actually pretty solid. But man, the video quality is just okay. And that stitching can be really hit or miss, especially with objects close to the camera. Plus, being limited to 24 or 30 frames per second with no slow motion is a real bummer. Looking at what it offers versus modern action cams, I've got to put this in the average tier. It's not bad, but there are better options out there unless you're specifically after 360 footage. Olympus Tough DG7. This thing is built like a tank. It's waterproof, dustproof, freeze-proof, shock-proof, and even crush-proof. Perfect for extreme adventures or just clumsy people like me. The macro capabilities are insane, and it's super easy to use with lots of automatic features. But let's be real, the image quality isn't mind-blowing with that small sensor. I'm putting this in the good tier because it's reliable and versatile, but not groundbreaking. Yi 4K Plus. Okay, this camera is a bit of an underdog. It shoots 4K at 60 FPS, which is pretty sweet, and the image quality is solid. The touchscreen is nice and it works with GoPro accessories, which is handy. But it's not waterproof without a case, and the USB-C port can be a pain to open. It's a decent budget option, but it's not quite up there with the big boys. I'm sticking this in the average tier. It's good but not great. Insta360 Explore. And now we're talking. This bad boy shoots 8K 360-degree video, which is insane. The invisible selfie stick feature is like magic, giving you drone-like shots. Battery life is impressive, and the rugged design means it can handle whatever you throw at it. The app is super intuitive for editing too. It's not perfect for single lens recording, but for 360 stuff, it's hard to beat. I'm definitely putting this in the great tier. It's a game changer for immersive content. Insta360 Ace Pro. This little powerhouse is giving GoPro a run for its money. The flip-up screen is perfect for vlogging, and that Leica lens paired with a large sensor delivers some seriously good image quality. Low light performance is impressive, and the AI features like gesture control are actually useful. The star-lapse capabilities are out of this world. It's not quite as versatile as some others, but for what it does it really well. I'm placing this solidly in the great tier. It's a fantastic option for content creators. Akaso V50X. Shoots 4K at 30 FPS with electronic image stabilization that works amazingly well for the price point. The waterproof case lets you dive up to 131 feet, and the adjustable field of view from 70 degrees to 170 degrees gives great flexibility for different shooting scenarios. While the audio quality is somewhat mediocre and the smartphone app is pretty bad, the touchscreen interface is responsive and the dual battery system gives you plenty of recording time. For beginners or anyone on a budget who want decent 4K footage, this is a solid choice. I'm putting this in the great tier. Insta360 One RS. The modular design is what really sets this camera apart. You can switch between 360-degree and standard action cam shooting by just swapping lens modules. The 4K boost lens with its half-inch 48-megapixel sensor captures stunning footage, and the flow state stabilization keeps everything buttery smooth. My only real complaints are the tiny 1.5-inch preview screen and some minor image quality issues in certain conditions. For creators who want versatility without compromising too much on quality, this belongs in great gear. Insta360 Go 3S. This tiny powerhouse now shoots 4K at 30 FPS with improved bitrate at 120 megabytes per second, making a huge jump from its predecessor. The autofocus locks onto faces quickly, and the weight reduction feature works impressively well for vlogging. While it doesn't support external microphones and can sometimes over-sharpen footage, the smartphone app is absolutely fantastic. With powerful editing features for vloggers and anyone who needs an ultra-portable action cam, I'm confidently placing this in the great gear. Insta360 X3. Packing dual 48-megapixel sensor with f1.9 aperture lenses, this camera delivers impressive 5.7K 360-degree footage with active HDR that handles bright scenes really well. The large touchscreen and invisible selfie stick effect make it super fun to use, plus you get features like Me Mode for Matrix-style shots. However, the single-lens 4K videos can look a bit soft, and the detailed processing sometimes looks more synthetic than competitors. While it's versatile and user-friendly, some quality inconsistencies make this a good tier camera for me. GoPro Hero 12 packs incredible video performance with 5.3K at 60 FPS and now supports HDR video, which makes a huge difference in low light. The battery life is significantly improved, and I love the new Bluetooth support for wireless audio recording. While it's still prone to getting hot during long sessions and pushes cloud storage a bit too aggressively, the improved stabilization and built-in tripod mount make it a fantastic choice for content creators and action sports enthusiasts alike. This is definitely going in a great tier for me. It's not revolutionary compared to the Hero 11, but those quality of life improvements really make it shine. Akaso Ray 4 Elite offers 4K recording, but honestly, the footage can be quite distorted and oversaturated at times. The microphone quality is decent, but the video quality is grainy and doesn't really match up to what you'd expect from a modern action camera. While it's marketed as a budget alternative, there are better options out there for the price point. I'm putting this one in average tier. It works, but that's about it. Akaso EK7000 Pro comes with impressive 4K 30fps video capabilities and 20-megapixel photos. Plus, the electronic image stabilization actually does a solid job. The waterproof case lets you dive up to 131 feet, which is pretty sweet for underwater adventures. While the battery life could be better and you'll need to buy a microSD card separately, the price point makes it an attractive option for beginners. This one's going in good tier for me. It's a great value proposition for what you get. GoPro Hero 11 features that sweet 8:7 sensor aspect ratio, which is perfect for social media content. Plus, you get some really cool features like hyperview for immersive POV shots. The horizon lock feature is mind-blowing when it works, though it's limited to certain video modes. While it doesn't hugely improve image quality over previous models, the versatility for different aspect ratios and the polished user experience make it a solid choice. On placing this in good tier, it's still a fantastic camera, just slightly overshadowed by its successor. Wolfing GA300. This little camera packs a punch with 4K 60fps video and 24-megapixel photos. I love the included plug-in microphone for great audio quality, a rare find at this price point. The 6-axis EIS does a decent job smoothing out footage, but it's not quite up to par with pricier options. It's a solid choice for beginners or casual users who want decent quality without breaking the bank. While it performs fully good lighting, low light performance is a bit lacking. I'm placing this in the average tier. It's got some nice features, but there are better options out there for serious action cam enthusiasts. DJI Osmo Action 4. Holy moly, this thing is impressive. The large 1 to 1.3-inch sensor delivers stunning image quality, especially in low light. The magnetic mounting system is genius. I can't believe how easy it is to switch between mounts. Battery life is solid, and the color-corrected diving mode is a game changer for underwater shots. The only downside, it's a bit pricey, but for vloggers, adventurers, and anyone who demands top-notch quality, this is hard to beat. I'm confidently placing this bad boy in the great tier. It's a serious contender for the best action cam on the market. SJCam SG8 Pro. This camera's got some decent specs on paper: 4K 60fps, 12-megapixel photos, and a nice touchscreen interface. The image stabilization works reasonably well, and I appreciate the inclusion of raw photo capture. However, the overall image quality doesn't quite match up to the top-tier options, especially in low light. It's a good budget-friendly alternative for casual users, but serious action cam enthusiasts might want to look elsewhere. After weighing the pros and cons, I'm putting this one in the average tier. It's not bad, but it's not going to blow your socks off either. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the action cameras for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description. Alright, peace out.